Hi, welcome to this tutorial of GUImpact, and here we'll be creating a skin for a button. So let's start like usual. So use the GUImpact service Prefab, assign the main camera, add a root container here, and assign it to be the first focused element. Okay, we have our basic GUImpact scene. Now we want to create a skin for a button, so let's drag and drop our button here to work with it. So by default it has a default skin that you can check in the GUImpact service prefab. The skin register holds a dictionary to get the skin, and that skin you can see that there are several button skins. By default it is the one named button, but you can see that there are 3 others to just hold image or to be a left and right arrow. Now we want to create our own button skin, so we will be based on this skin. So the default skin here. We want first we will erase the background to make our own background here, so we can put a quad, for instance, here. Okay, we want this quad to be positioned and resized according to the elements, so we will add a position skin first to just position it properly here, so it will be centered. Then we want a resize skin to get the proper side here. So you can see that our game object was sized to fit and positioned at the center of our element here. Okay, that's good. Let's start. Then we have our text here, so you can change whatever text you want. You can change the font and other things. Here we'll be keeping this, and then you have your balance skin script, which will update the text mesh to have a new label, and the animator. That's where we'll be going now, because we don't want to use the default skin animator, default button skin animator here. We want our own animator, our own animations. So let's create an animator. So animator controller for tutorial 04 about button skin, and place it in the proper folder here. Okay, so assign this animator here. Okay, now we want to use it, so we first need to create proper parameters for the animator. For a button, there are several booleans that you need to set. First is for the state hovered, and another for the action animation. Hovered is true when a cursor is over your button, and action is true when you are pushing the button. Okay, so we have our parameters. Now we need some animations for that, so let's create different animations. Select your skin in the animation panel, then create a new clip. Okay, and it's easier to select the animation folder before, so it is directly selected. Okay, tutorial 04 balance skin, and this will be the normal state here. Okay, we'll be defining a normal state, an hovered state, and an action state, and we let Mechanim to interpolate between those states, those animation. So we may want, for instance, to change a little bit the color of the background during a normal animation. So let's add a curve for the quad and change in the renderer the color of our shader. Okay, so for now it's black, it's a full white here, and we may want to change it, for instance, to red here, an opaque red like this. Okay, and let's ping pong it. So get first value and I'll pass them at 2 minutes and just change curve to have a good looking curve with a flat tangent. Okay, like this. So this is our normal animation. Okay, it's a little bit hard, so we can decrease the value of our animation. For instance, like this. It's too soft. Okay. Okay, I like this, for instance. A soft animation in a normal state. Then we need an hovered state. So let's create a new animation for hovered, and we can change the color, the background color. So let's copy and paste. Let's just use less frame than that. Okay, like this. So copy and paste it hovered. So get the same animation for now. Nearly. So copy and paste. Okay, it's better. Okay, so let's change the intermediate color. Don't use this, but have something more hard, like this, for instance, and change also the over color to a real difference between two animations. For instance, like this. So this will be our hovered state. For the color, you can also change the position of the text. So let's move our text here a little bit. Like this, and copy that to here. Add keys. Okay, so our text has a little bit changed, and now let's define our last states, the action states. Here, okay, a past of our previous states. Let's change a little bit color. For instance, agree with that. Okay, and change the positions of our text. We can make it a little bit down like this. Change here the value and set the same value. Add keys. Okay. So we have 3 different states, 3 different animations. Now in the Animator, let's define how this state will interact. So first, the normal state is to be the default state, clearly. Then we have an hovered state, which has to be used when the hovered parameter is true. So when it's true, we will be in the hovered state, and we will leave this state also when the hovered parameter will be false, like this. So we have two transitions between normal and hovered, and we need then an animation between the hovered state, so it happens when the button is pushed, like here, and we exit it when the action is false. Also, we need another state in our state machine here, because you may want to push on the button, then exit the hover of the button, and then release the button. And it happens when you are in action state and that you release the hovered parameter. So here you have transition. It happens when the hover is false, and you have another transition from here. It happens to when the hover is back to true. Okay. What happens here when we're out of the button and we release the action? Then we should go back to normal. So make the transition here, and it happens when hover when action gets false. Okay, so we have configured our Animator controller, and we are ready to use our new button here. So let's try it. Here we have our normal animation. Now the hover, you can see the text is slightly changing position, and you can see that mechanism is automatically doing the interpolation between states, so it's really handy. And then the push button. So in this way, you really have complete control of your animation, and you can use the full power of Unity to create and easily adjust your animation here. So let's do this like this. You can really see the movement of the text here, and in the Animator, if you select it, you can see that it changes depending on what action you are doing here. Okay, so that's all for our button skin. It's created. Now, how can we use it in our GUI? We have an object in our scene, but we have to make a prefab of it. So let's create a prefab of our skin here. So name it, for instance, tutorial 04 button skin. Okay, so rename it here as skin. And how to use it? So you have a way to use now your skin with other buttons. So you can, for instance, drag and drop a new button. Here, the button. You drag a new button in the container, for instance, on top, with the top anchor. Move it like this. So you can see that it uses the old skin, but you can change it either by setting the skin prefab here. So let's get our prefab and assign it here, and once you change the property, you see that the skin has updated, and that you can use it also. It has proper animation and so on, properly configured. Or you could use a skin semantic, but this way you need to change here's default dictionary, add an entry for your button, for example here create button custom here, and assign your prefab a value of this entry like this. And now, so if you get back to none here, it gets default skin, but if you change the semantics to the semantic you just used, you can use your own skin. So that's all for skin creation, skin setup in the dictionary. Hope that was very useful, and thanks for watching.